I don't even know how to start this one, folks. Honestly, I thought today's episode of New Heights was going to be routine. Maybe some football talk, maybe a story about Travis, maybe even a quick laugh about the chaos of parenting. But the second the microphones came on, I knew something was off. The atmosphere wasn't like usual. I wasn't relaxed. I was already half exhausted from chasing the kids around all morning, and now I was staring at the blinking red light of the recording setup, wondering if I'd completely lost control of my own household. I smoothed down my New Heights hat, tugged the headphones into place, and leaned forward. My voice cracked a little as I cleared my throat. "Hello, everyone," I began, trying to keep it professional. "Welcome back to the New Heights podcast. This week we've got a special episode." And then I chuckled, because deep down I knew the truth. This wasn't special in the usual way. This wasn't Travis clowning on me or me giving him grief about his fashion choices. No, this was special in the kind of way that makes a man nervous. I muttered under my breath, "So special, I'm not sure I'm ready to air it yet." Now, normally, across from me, it's Travis sitting there, throwing in comments, hyping things up. But today, no Travis. Instead, sitting comfortably by the bookshelf behind me was none other than Taylor Swift. Yeah, that Taylor Swift. Global superstar, music icon, and apparently my daughter's favorite cat owner. She had on this bright orange sweater, and in her arms was the grumpiest looking gray cat I'd ever seen in my life. The kind of cat that makes you wonder if it's plotting world domination while you're speaking. She smiled at me politely, as if this was just any ordinary day. "Yes," I told the camera, gesturing behind me, "we've got a superstar in the studio. Not just a superstar, my daughter's aunt. Taylor, thanks for joining us." She gave this sweet little smile, stroking that cat like a James Bond villain. "Hi, Jason. Thanks for letting me join. I brought my baby too. I hope she behaves." That cat squinted like it was silently telling all of us, no promises. The studio crew laughed. I tried to play it cool, but before I could even finish my opening, I heard a voice. Clear, high-pitched, determined. "Daddy," Wyatt said, tugging on my sleeve, "I want a cat. I want a cat just like Aunt Taylor's." I swear, I froze. For a solid 5 seconds, I just stared at the camera, eyes wide, like I had been hit with a blindside tackle. You could probably hear my deep inhale through the mic. My daughter had just dropped the bomb on me, live. "Oh my God," I muttered, "it's starting." Wyatt climbed onto my lap, her little hands clutching the table, her eyes fixed on Taylor's cat like it was the crown jewel of the universe, and I knew right then and there I was doomed. "Wyatt, honey," I said carefully, trying to sound calm. "We talked about pets. We have 2 dogs. 2 big dogs that could run a marathon in the backyard. Do you think we need a grumpy cat on top of that?" Taylor chuckled, scratching her cat behind the ear, and her voice was soft but mischievous. "Jason, I think Wyatt just wants a friend. And honestly, cats are great friends. They know how to observe. They know how to love in their own way." I shot her a look. She knew exactly what she was doing. "Taylor," I said, pointing at the cat, "look at his face. That is not the face of love. That's the face of a dictator in waiting." The studio broke into laughter, but Wyatt didn't laugh. Oh no. She leaned forward, her little brow furrowed in pure determination. "No," she said firmly. "He's cute. Dad, you always say dogs are cute, but cats are cute too. I want a cat like Aunt Taylor's." I put a hand to my forehead. I could feel the walls closing in. And the worst part? Taylor was sitting there, enjoying every second of my downfall. "Folks," I sighed into the mic, half whispering, half defeated, "my daughter has officially started a rebellion on New Heights." Taylor leaned over, stroking her cat with the kind of calm that only comes from knowing you're winning the battle. "Wyatt," she said sweetly, "you're right. Cats are wonderful. Did you know I actually have 3 cats?" Wyatt's eyes lit up like the 4th of July. 3? You have 3 cats? And me? I nearly fell out of my chair. "Taylor!" I barked, slapping the table. "What did you just do? 3 cats? You can't just drop that number in front of her. That's like opening the gates of hell." Taylor just smiled innocently. "I'm telling the truth, Jason. You can't hide it from your niece." Wyatt spun around, eyes sparkling with righteous fury. "That's not fair. Aunt Taylor has 3 cats, and I don't have any." The live chat on the screen was going insane. Hashtag Team Wyatt. "Give that girl a cat. Jason, you lose." My blood pressure was rising. "Fair?" I spluttered, staring at her. "You think life works like this? If Aunt Taylor has something, you should have it too? If Aunt Taylor has a stage with 70,000 screaming fans, do you want that too?" Wyatt didn't even blink. The room erupted. Taylor was doubled over laughing, the cat glaring at me like it knew I'd been defeated. I looked into the camera dead-eyed and muttered, "Ladies and gentlemen, my daughter just ended me. Live." On air. But Wyatt wasn't done. She leaned into the mic, her voice soft but powerful. "Hi everyone watching. Do you think I deserve a cat?" The chat box went nuclear. I buried my face in my hands. "I hate the internet," I groaned. "I hate every single one of you for siding with her." Wyatt cheered, clapping her hands, practically bouncing out of her seat. "See, Dad? Everyone agrees with me." Taylor reached over, patting her on the head like a proud general encouraging her best soldier. "You're so good, Wyatt. Honestly, I think one day you'll have a whole house full of cats." I shot up straight, horrified. A house full of cats? No, never. Not in my lifetime. Wyatt turned her wide eyes on me, smiling like she already knew she'd won, and in that moment, I knew she was right. I raised my head, looked into the camera, and sighed. If you ever see me doing a podcast with a cat on my shoulder, remember this episode. This is where it all started. Taylor laughed, Wyatt hugged me tight, and the studio echoed with pure chaos. And folks, let me tell you, this battle might be over. But the war? Oh, the war has just begun.